Hello and welcome to Evolve Pipedrive podcast, where we talk all things Pipedrive, sales, apps, and Pipedrive marketplace. My name is Bruce Bignell. I own and run Evolve. We're a technology consultancy based in the UK, working globally, helping businesses do more with Pipedrive through implementation, consultancy, and training. Today, I have the great pleasure to be joined by Dan Huru, the CEO and co-founder at MeetGeek, and he's going to walk us through MeetGeek platform and how it integrates with Pipedrive. Dan, over to you.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan, the CEO and co-founder of MeetGeek. It's a pleasure to be here. Bruce, it's a really pleasure to present MeetGeek and show how the Pipedrive integration works.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this, right? So I think every meeting should be recorded, even on site, possibly. If we could have a product for that, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what you're going to show us today.
Yeah, so totally agree with that. Like you mentioned, we also believe that every meeting should be recorded, or at least the majority of the meetings should be recorded, not just sales calls. And we think this is transformational and will lead to a lot of improved ways of how we conduct meetings in general. And that's why we built MeetGeek. So just want a quick intro. So MeetGeek is basically a meeting productivity platform that helps not just salespeople, but in general teams, customer-facing teams, but also internal teams to improve their meeting efficiency and meeting productivity and change their meeting culture. And we do that by, providing a tool that has multiple capabilities. And in this quick demo, I'll try to show you a few of them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, from my side, I haven't seen the platform, so having a look at the platform itself, knowing why it exists is always important. But having a look at the platform itself and then how it integrates with Pipedrive would be awesome.
Sure. I mean, and just before like deep diving, the reason why we started this at the beginning was I personally have a background in engineering, and I was in my past career I was involved in a lot of automation projects. So we used to focus a lot on task automation, and we started to see that meeting automation was actually left in the dark, and nobody was paying attention to meetings. So we started to deep dive and really understand that there actually companies don't have a real meeting culture, and the only meeting culture is usually determined by a few managers or leaders or people that read a book or do a course, and then try to apply these things. So this is the reason why we started this idea, to create a tool that can help and complement the learning part with a tool that can enforce good habits and automate a lot of the admin work that you are doing and is related to meetings. So that's the kind of the vision that we see from MeetGeek is a tool that can influence the meeting culture. And now more specifically, of course, for Pipedrive, I'll show you and explain how it works, if that's okay.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
So basically, MeetGeek is to use MeetGeek is very easy. You just you create an account on a web platform. We have a web version. It's a SaaS product. So you connect your calendar, and then it scans your conferencing links. Either it's Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Google Meet, and it requests to join automatically your calls as a participant. Okay, so it's just like a regular person. It just sits there and silently records and transcribes everything, and then usually it's under 5 minutes after the call, it generates a summary and sends it to your email automatically. So this is an example of a email summary. It's actually from my inbox. This is sent automatically from MeetGeek, and I get the title, the date, the attendees, and then I have a one paragraph summary of the call. And then I have topics plus highlights for each topic. And these highlights can be action points, concerns, facts, and so on, right?
And that title, if you scroll to the very top, that was taken. So that Dan, your MeetGeek demo, that was taken from the calendar invite itself, right? So
Yes, exactly. So because it's synchronized to my calendar, I don't have to push any button. It will just join automatically and take the data from the calendar event, like the participants, the meeting title, the date, and so on, everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a sample summary that I get over email. And what I usually do personally as well, and also a lot of our users, I just edit this email and forward
Mm-hmm.
it. So do some last minute edits and then
Yeah.
forward it to my customers, partners, or, depending on the meeting, I'm adding some of my thoughts and maybe do some last minute edits if I want
Yeah.
to. Okay.
Yeah.
And basically, that's one possibility, one easy way to use the tool, right? Um, so if I want to see more, I can click on the View Meeting button, okay? And it's going to open up a page which looks like this. And basically, I have the video recording, the transcript, and the highlights on the right, the same timeline with the highlights on the right. This time they are colored. So what I can do is I can click on the highlights. It's going to scroll the transcript. I click on the transcript and it plays the video on top. So it's an easy way to navigate the conversation and find the information that you're looking for,
Yeah.
especially if you're in a customer call and you want to see like the customer reaction, their feedback, and so on. So this is really, really useful. And of course, on the right, you have the highlights. These highlights can be AI based, so there can be, like I mentioned before, action points, concerns, or facts, or they can be personalized. So the green one, for example, is a competition highlight.
I was just about to
Yeah.
ask about that. So you've got these different yellow. So are they color coded by the user can create whatever tags you want? Is that right?
Yeah, so you can create them automatically by before the call, right?
Yeah.
You can specify a list of keywords or a list of topics that you're interested in. So whenever those topics or keywords are mentioned in a conversation, they will get picked up automatically and included in your summary. So
Mhm.
in this way, you can get a personalized summary. So in this case, I'm interested about competitor names and mentions of our competitors, but it can be anything else like pricing, product, things that let's say a customer-facing person might be interested in, objections, and so on. So in this way, you can easily configure, make the summary more personalized to what you really need, on
Yeah.
top of what we already provide out of the box as AI highlights.
Nice.
Mhm. Okay. So, I mean, this is without Pipedrive. This is the basic stuff
Mm.
that you get. There's a lot of other features. I won't go into details. Um, the next thing that you can do is, of course, you can share the meeting manually with other people or other tools, or you can use workflows, which are basically an automated way of sharing the summary and sharing the highlights to other tools like Pipedrive. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to show you an example of how it looks in my Pipedrive account. So I have here this is a test pipeline,
Mm-hmm.
and basically these deals are created automatically by MeetGeek. Okay, after each call, I get the deal created automatically. So let's look at the deal. What happens here? This is a deal created by MeetGeek after the call. It's a fake deal. I'm just using it not
Yeah.
to not to show customers data. But the first thing that it does, it creates a deal. It assigns the person that you spoke with, the right contacts, right? The organization and the participant names and emails, right? So you already have the deal created with everything. And on top of that, it adds this summary as an entry inside the Pipedrive deal, right? So
Yeah.
here I have the same kind of summary that I showed you in the email. It's just here. It's easy to access. You can also access the link of the recording that goes to MeetGeek, and basically it's an easy way for sales reps, for example, or customer-facing persons to collaborate with other people, or just go back to the notes and do a very precise follow-up.
Yeah.
Um, this is You can share the summary or just one highlight or multiple highlights. In this case, I'm also sharing the concerns automatically. So I
Mm.
just want to capture the customer concerns automatically and as a separate note in Pipedrive. So
And is that set up? Is that set up as a workflow condition after every meeting, highlight the concerns raised, and
Yeah.
then okay, very nice.
Yeah. So this workflows features is one of the most advanced in the sense that you can customize a lot of options and to create a workflow that is specifically tailored for your ways of working. Just to show you a very quick snippet, this is how I defined a workflow for Pipedrive. Okay, so I'm here, I'm just choosing Pipedrive, I'm choosing a meeting, but I can also choose a highlight. And here the meeting contains the name partnership, or I can say the name demo. And then it basically, I can also choose advanced options here and choose if I want to have the deal, contact, and company created and associated automatically. Some people create the deal before the actual call happened, like from
Yes.
Calendly.
Yeah.
So they don't want to create the deal, but they still want to update the deal. So,
Correct.
and from here, I can choose the pipeline that I want to ingest the deal into. Okay. I also have like a log to see if what happened, like if the summary went through or not.
Yeah.
So these kind of things. Any questions, Bruce, so far?
No, no, that's really, really useful. Certainly from a, do you have any best practices from an individual sales rep? So you've mentioned concerns there.
Mhm.
Uh, could it also be used later on in a sales process, like when you're scoping out some work, for example? So um, pain point, like you could highlight anything, right? So it could be the pain points, and then that gets highlighted. So when you
Yep.
hand it over to a delivery team,
Yep.
um, they then know exactly what's being said there.
Yeah, I mean, like there's multiple ways of extracting the information from the meeting.
Yeah,
So one way was using workflows that's entirely automatic. So here I can also choose a highlight and I say, okay, I only interested in highlights which are related to pricing, or
yeah,
if I delete everything, I just get all highlights
mm,
inside Pipedrive or another tool. What you can also do is you can go to the transcript and select a portion of the transcript and create a highlight manually, right? So
yeah,
this happens post meeting. Let's say you have a snippet of the video that you really want to share with others. Maybe it's something related to customer feedback or
yeah,
requirements, and you want to send it to the engineering team directly if you have a direct link. We usually do that
mm,
inside MeetGeek as well. So that's a very nice way to capture a testimonial or a requirement. Um, and you can always share them from the tool as well.
What was the you had a boost words? What does that mean when you highlighted?
Mhm.
What does that do?
So boost words is basically a way of training the AI to better recognize the terms or
Mm,
the jargon or the abbreviations that you regularly use. So
yeah.
as part of the as part of using MeetGeek, when you sign up, we ask for your role.
Mm,
And we also feed the AI with some metadata, so it gives you a better transcription, right? Like with the company name, your company name, the names of the participants, just not to misspell Bruce or Dan,
yeah.
those kind of things. So you can add additional abbreviations that are specific to your industry or to your company that might not be recognized by
Yeah.
generic
That's really
transcription.
clever. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So you can do it directly from here, or there's another page, of course, where you can add, a list of the things before the actual call happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, very nice. Is there anything else in particular you would like to show up? I mean, in terms of the what we've just seen there, right? So you've got the meeting is transcribed as well as the video as well.
Mhm.
You can take the notes, which can then be automatically pushed into your pipe drive against the contact, against the organization, against the deal. You
Yeah.
can update a deal if it already exists.
Mhm.
And I really like the tagging, the highlighting function. That was really sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah, was there anything else in particular that you'd like to? I mean, but how about how to try it, right? So, what's the best place, or what's the best place to give this a go?
Yeah, so trying it is very easy. We have a freemium product, so there's a free version always.
Yeah,
If you start from the website, you can just sign up for free for an account. And then in the platform, you can activate a free 14 days business trial. There's no credit
Nice.
card required, and you can access all the features. And this is one of the best ways to actually try MeetGeek and see all the customization, all the branding that you can add, and all the other valuable things that you can add to the first experience.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, Dan, thank you very much for walking me through the MeetGeek platform and how easily it is to integrate with Pipedrive. For everyone else, if you like this, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing with a friend that's been talking about videoing, recording their meetings. Even if you've been on the meeting yourself and you've had some video recording, someone else using it, highly recommend giving MeetGeek a try. Dan, once again, thank you.
Thank you as well.